pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Do audience introductions.
Hi. Oh, you want me to sing? I'm Brooke Jenkins. Most of you guys know who I am. I'm just here to visit. It's been a while. I miss you all.
Okay.
So Trina, we actually have a guest tonight.
Yeah.
Trina knows me.
You have to be on good behavior. Brooke Jenkins is here.
Okay.
Brooke Jenkins.
Oh, gotcha. Can we get an approval for the agenda? Anything needed to be added or?
Yes, on the items for 6, we had talked about science last time, and Chrissy does have that ready for the K through 8, so we thought we'd go over that tonight. The high school science and high school math will be at the June meeting.
So science and math will be at the June meeting?
For high school, the K through 8 science is, Chrissy's ready to do that one tonight.
Oh, K through 5 science.
K through 5 only, sorry, I thought you were doing
Right.
K through 8, I
No, I
apologize.
decided to go through 5.
I'll move to approve the agenda with the noted change.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Delegation of visitors. This is for anyone that wants to speak on the agenda items for tonight. Nope, okay, all right. So then we will move to items for information for the board, and we'll go to superintendent report.
Sure. All right, again, stretch run of the year. We're, in the whole year still feels like it's a sprint, but as I said, sometimes it feels like it's just the last leg of a long run there. But, a lot of good things coming up and good memories. And, our 8th grade group is on their trip right now. Obviously, we were just talking about that. Seniors are going this coming weekend over to Central Oregon. And again, these reward strips and the field days and all these other items I had listed, they have a lot of meaning for our kids. Brian, I know you talked about at Amity, they're doing, 4 field trips is going on in 2 weeks. The kids remember these types of events. And I wanted to thank Jake Kelly and Carter Marsters. They had come and talked with me about doing Bullwinkles, a couple months ago. We tried to keep it a secret for a while at least, but, and we were able to make that happen. So I appreciated them. And I told them that coming to me and saying, hey, we think this may be a good activity, and our kids advocating for themselves like that as well. But I thought that was really great. And then, on June 6th, on Saturday, we have a lot of, is that the right date? I think
No.
that auto-corrected. I think it's the 8th, isn't it? Yeah, it's weird. So June 8th, I should say, we have our seniors graduating, and I know we'll go over that here in a little bit on who's doing which promotion and graduation today. But, we'd love to have you come and join us that day for graduation at 5 if you're able to. And just talk about the accomplishments, some of them 13 years here, including kindergarten. And just the lasting mark they have on our school and our community. So congratulations to them. And then we just talked about Bullwinkles, but hopefully the weather's going to cooperate again. PPC made that possible for us to be able to do that with our money we're pitching in, with theirs, a little over half for them. Made this happen for our kids. So that was really wonderful. Appreciate that. And they did a great job at their auction. They raised about $27,000. So I know you had done a lot in the past, and thank you for that past time that you did. But, again, it's kind of the same group that does it each year, and some of them are graduating pretty soon. So we need to try to get some other blood in there pretty soon. And then our students, 3rd through 11, have been working on their state testing the last few weeks, and we'll be done soon. Got some high schoolers finishing up this week. And we'll be pretty much done with it. Some of those students may have an absent, or they just had to finish up the test. And then we'll receive some of the scores by the end of June, but a lot will trickle in over the summer, and then we'll be able to release those to the families in the fall. And then last week, a couple weeks ago really now, but we have celebrated Staff Appreciation Week. We had those items I had sent you in the email. Those went off pretty well. Erin did her usual music trivia game. And, these are just small tokens of our appreciation. Our staff know that, we tell them that, but we hope that the staff know how grateful we are to work for the work they do each and every day. So I really appreciate that. I don't know if there's anything else you two wanted to add on that part or not, but otherwise we'll head on into the next one.
It was a great breakfast.
And Katie, thanks for coming and helping us with the eggs.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Trina, thanks for the eggs.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, we'll move to the elementary middle school report.
Lion King is coming up. I think we'll be ready to see that in a couple weeks, which is also going to involve the senior tea. So we'll be bringing that back next week. Our ABC countdown in the elementary has been a big deal. We've had Glow Day, Bubble Day, Joke Day. V is visit their next teacher, so that's going to be a lot of fun on that day. Sixth graders had a great time at outdoor school, and I think that made them really look forward to their eighth grade trip. That'll sneak up on them faster than they think, but eighth graders are gone this week on their trip. Fourth grade went to the Polk County Museum last week, and K through 3 goes to the zoo in a couple of weeks. And of course, like Dan mentioned, we've got promotions coming up, eighth grade, kindergarten. And speaking of kindergarten, they released their butterflies today. That was quite fun. All of them flew away but one. So they got to watch one stick around for a little while. And of course, statewide testing, we're at the very end of that. So that'll be like the official, finally, we're done. So that's it.
What time is senior tea?
I want to say that it's at 1:15 this year.
All right. Move to the SPED report.
All right, we currently have 37 students on IEPs. We did our kindergarten transition meetings with Mindy, Gretchen, and I. I also attended one from a student from Dallas. What was that? I have been doing administering the extended assessment. We're done with that. And last year, our adaptive PE class took a trip to Safeway with the leadership students and made some food in the classroom, and they want to do that again this year, so they're working on details for that.
Okay, facility reports not provided. Is there anything that
We're signing with that today, so.
that you want to update about anything since we did not get the report?
Yeah, Troy was actually on vacation, so, not really. I mean, we have the, paving we have hopefully coming up. We'll get a couple more bids on that, but playground is starting tomorrow. We'll get stuff ready for graduation, kind of the same stuff we do each year. So, excited for that time of year to be done and move on into the summer stuff and try to work on those items that they have.
The counter in the office, is that finished or is it still not finished?
Which counter?
The door.
The
Doors,
closure.
door's done. I think he just has to apply clear code, but I don't think so. But it's done and the budget works and everything.
Oh, excellent. Great. Okay.
Oh, I do have one update on the scoreboard. So
Oh,
we did have DC Electric out and it's the unit itself. So we tested the breaker, we tested the other breaker, so we knew that one was working, the other one was working, but we were waiting on a special order with the, the fuse inside, which got busted off by him. So, but he ordered them. They came in, that wasn't the issue. So then he popped it open again all the way and it says right on there, no serviceable item past this point. So we have to replace the brains of the LED light. So we'll order that. Shouldn't be that bad, but that's where it is. I just want to update you.
It'll be great for next
It
season.
will be great.
okay, so move to Spotlight on Education.
Sure. So we have a couple of them tonight. The first one is that we had a great season with track. So track obviously was new with our middle school program and they did quite well. The sixth grade group, I think, took third. And their meet that they did up there, I believe it was in Delphia. And then the other middle school group, 7th, 8th had theirs later in the week. I believe it was on Wednesday or Thursday, actually. And for a first year track program, I thought our students did really well. We were able to pull it together pretty well. I mean, everything from uniforms to some of the apparatus that they utilize, et cetera, worked really well. And then our high school track team had 4 athletes that competed at state. 3 of them set PRs that day, which was great. They all ended up performing on, competing on, I don't know what it is.
I don't know, it sounds like a cup blowing around or something, I don't know, I'm sorry.
But on Friday last week, and Julia took 3rd place in pole vault. And then Greta Philipple took 9th place. And then Janice, who's a freshman. We had 2 freshmen, actually, Blades, Samantha Blades, and then Janice Taylor also. Janice was triple jump and Blades was shot put. So they both PR'd at state as well. So it's a great opportunity for them. And again, to have 1 sophomore and 2 freshmen that were able to qualify for state, that's pretty good. Our district's really good for track usually. I know that the pole vault, they have the one girl that didn't even start to like 11 feet or something, wasn't it?
I mean, like, she comes in at like 10.
Is that what she does? Yeah. So Kirk was filming a little bit. Yeah. So it really is. But
She might be having an off day. What if she doesn't make, they should
competed,
have to do it just like everyone else.
Yeah.
but overall, it was just great to hear that the track is done really well. So, I mean, again, most of us remember when it was a gravel track. It wasn't even cinder, it was just a gravel track, 3/4 inch minus, and it's come a long ways. And to see some of the athletes that have competed at state, and pole vault's become a thing, and we're one of the few schools that have a nice pit out there, and we want to keep it that way. And it's been nice to see some of our athletes be able to compete in that one. But so we'll see where middle school track takes us next year. We have some coaches that are pretty dedicated to wanting to see this continue to grow. So I think that's great. And then our last one, I want to talk about before she retires, and that's April Shore. So April, she's getting ready to be her last month of school now, and she'll be retiring off into the sunset. She's willing to help that person transition that's going to be taking her position, and we'll release that. So, but I'll send the rest of that out. We're waiting to tell all of our applicants in that interview kind of where things fell on that. But overall, it's just going to be tough to see her go. She did a lot of different roles here over the years, everything from a little bit of volleyball coaching to middle school and elementary, and battling through what she was going through and doing this position and kind of creating it from the start. And so I look forward to seeing our next person build off that and do some other things in addition to that, and seeing where that takes us. But I just want to say thank you to April and the kid-centered approach that she tried to take all these years, and pretty consistent, mild-mannered, but definitely cared a lot about the kids, or does care a lot about the kids. So tough one to see her go, but we wish her the best, obviously. So.
Okay. Move to new hires and resignations.
Yep. Sorry. Yeah. Well, it wasn't on there, so we didn't get official. Did we? Was it? Okay, good. So we just got an email one too, so I'll go over that too. But Brett Wood, our new high school math teacher, I sent you some information on him. He's going to come meet with me again next week. He's not feeling well right now, but he'll be here next week to go over our curriculum that we're adopting for next year for math for high school that we pushed for a year. And then just kind of the structure coming from a 5-day school week to 4 days. Very interested in how he's going to do that. It may be a little bit different than what they've seen the last couple of teachers, but I think it's going to be good. He's very thoughtful about his approach on how things are going. Definitely very well qualified, and everything from the robotics to robotics, by the way. I thought you may like to hear that. So, but also the computer engineering background and the physics, the chemistry, and the math. It's just pretty impressive resume for sure. Student success coordinator I just talked about. We'll release that here pretty soon, next day or so. And then the other one is that we did have a resignation. Jamie Jones actually has offered to still sub, is my understanding, but not looking to do the full time thing, but wants to help out and fill those spots that we have of people that may be out sick or have a conference, et cetera. Long-term subbing when we need it, et cetera. So Jamie Jones is added on for a resignation spot at the meeting.
Okay. We're gonna move to the superintendent evaluation. I need to pull up my thing here, sorry. I didn't have that ready to go. Let's see. Okay, yeah. I don't know what it is. So, Mr. Dugan,
Right, on the right
superintendent,
side, the green button on the right is a magnet lock. There you go.
superintendent evaluation was completed. So I said the evaluation of the superintendent, Dan Dugan, has been completed. We would like to thank him for his dedication to student learning, collaboration with staff, and focus on the needs of the families in our school district. We appreciate his leadership and look forward to another great year working with him. So thank you very much. We appreciate you. And we'll move to the consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
I would need to accept the consent agenda.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes. Items for board action. The classified MOU was sent back from legal with the changes that were made for the language in the contract. Did you want to talk about any of it at all?
Sure, so these were the two items that we had discussed previously in the executive session. And then had Rebecca Jacobson look it over. And then she came up with this memorandum of agreement with the two main items that were of concern, which was Article 8.A. To add to the following section is 8.A.7. And so it just talked about unused sick leave. This was the wording that was utilized with the certified staff. And then the second one was 8.E and amended as follows. It's just struck out right there, where it had said this leave may only be taken in half-day or full-day increments. Again, we've been doing this by the hour. So we're already tracking it that way as per our deputy clerk, business manager. So that is, those were the two items that we discussed, and just looking for you folks to make a movement on this too.
Any questions about anything that was on there that was changed?
I'll make a motion to approve the amendments to the contract that have been proposed.
I will second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passed unanimously.
Do you want to sign that one, or do you want this
Yep,
one
I
to
can
sign?
sign
Okay, great.
Let's move to preschool. Sorry, I almost skipped that one. Preschool 2024-25.
So two things on this, just confirming that we are going to move forward with preschool for this next year. Right now we have Gretchen, who had done a great job for us this year in the preschool. She has made a commitment that she would come back for next year. We wanted to see about, upping that by $1 an hour. Again, she doesn't get any other benefits, but that was what we were possibly looking at for contract item. And then right now we have 4 people signed up with 3 others that have discussed coming in and filling out the application. So we think we're at 7 at this point already. And so again, 10 is the maximum number, and we're comfortable with 9, but even better with 10. So that's what we're looking at right now.
Do we need a motion for this?
Yeah, possible, or at least the mode, I guess maybe even 2. One, if you're all right with me making sure I work on that contract for $1 more an hour, again, does not have benefits, so we make sure we're at that $600 limit for PERS. And then the other one is that making sure that we are going to have preschool for this coming year.
Is that a contract you're going to offer, or just a $1 pay raise that's within the budget?
Just $1 pay raise within the budget.
So I think we're probably okay with just a consensus on that. Would you agree, Amber?
Yes, I agree.
That'd be great.
Yep.
And so then it'd just be a,
So, yeah.
yeah,
just a
whether or
motion
not we're
on
moving
the
forward, then.
preschool.
So I'd make the motion that we continue to offer preschool for the 24-25 school year.
I will second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? And with the roll forward and everything in the budget, it's all funded and it's
Yep.
gonna, okay,
We still have that $8,000 in there.
Okay. all right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes unanimously. Early enrollment decision.
Yeah, I just gave you some numbers, and then, Trina, I'll send you yours right now. Oops. So bear with me for just a second. And the numbers are really good, so we really don't need it. So that's where we are right now. So we have 318 total students is what we're kind of anticipating. We may have a little bit of movement like with the 8th grade, et cetera. But overall, our numbers, elementary numbers look really good, strong. Kindergarten, right now, we look like we have 21. We may have a 22nd one, but it looks like that family may end up in Amity. But other than that, pretty solid overall. And then middle school again, numbers are, one or two higher than what we're looking at really, but those are numbers that we've had, like the 6th grade, for example, they've had that number for the last couple of years. So I mean, it's numbers that we already anticipated. And then 9th and 10th grade, a little bit larger, but the 11th, and these are for next year. 11th grade, we have 19. That's the one that we had said that we have some movement, but going into next year, I want to make sure I still had, that I had that authority moving forward. And then 12th grade, that does include one exchange student, that number of 23. So really, we're just looking at 11th grade at this point. I guess potentially you could say 12th grade, but 11th grade is the one I want to make sure. The rest, I think, look pretty good.
And you're one.
Just up to, I don't think we're going to get more than 2 if we're lucky.
Yeah.
So I think if you say 23 to 24 at the cap at the most, but I don't think we can get that once we started having junior exchange students all of a sudden.
So just clarifying some questions. Like
Yes.
Our kindergarten's at 25, so you're saying when we might lose to Amity, so you're saying you're good with these numbers of first grade being 24, right?
Yeah, these are the ones that we think we're going to have for next school year, these numbers with some of them. We've discussed a little bit earlier. We've had some movement this last month, and it's been odd for this time of year to have this much, but we just had a family of 4 move in that started today. And then we have another girl who came partway through this year who's now moved to Aloha, but is coming to school here every day to finish out the year, but then is moving to Aloha. That's a high school student. But so we just had some odd situations that we normally don't have at this time of the year. So we were trying to wait till we had some more solid numbers today once we actually had families come in and do the official registration and start.
So in 2nd grade, currently we have 25 students, but you're anticipating only 24 in 3rd grade next year.
That was my understanding, yes. And we're not looking to add any in that class. None of those we're looking to add at this time. You want to do that? Number right.
Would you, is the recommendation to keep kindergarten at 21, or
Yeah.
at some point, would you want to open up a lottery for?
Well, I think
slots?
what we did before is we kind of got to 20,
Okay.
and then we held off until we saw registration.
Okay.
With kindergarten, you don't know if people are going to kind of come out of the woodwork,
Yeah.
and that happened the 1 year, so we're a little bit conservative on that, where we had 3 people show up right before school and stay surprised. So, we like to see where we are after the August. registration period.
Yeah, that's correct.
And we, last year was the first year we did something kind of early aside from kindergartens because our numbers were low in that one class. And that's the only thing we would look for. Again, if we had something that was pretty low, like the junior class next year, then we would look. Otherwise, I think you wait. The only other thing would be if we had a family with an exchange student, I may come to you with something like that, that if they're an out of district family and they have an exchange student, talking with you on that. That would be the only thing I could think of, other than the ones we already have. But were you guys saying something? I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to cut you off if I did.
In the 7th grade, you have 26 students this year, but you only have 25 listed on your. Oh no, we have 24. 26 is 6th grade, right?
26 is the 6th grade, and we're looking at that still being the same for next year, yes.
Are you gaining a student in 8th grade? Is that somebody you know about?
They just enrolled today.
Oh, okay, so a package.
Yeah, packet, yeah, because that was said before, and we, again, wanted to wait to see where we are, today to see exactly when the family started school today.
And we're losing an 8th grader becoming a freshman, we're dropping a number.
Yes.
And then we're losing several juniors.
Yeah, this year's sophomore is gonna be juniors. Yeah, one of them is the one that moved to Aloha. Hold on a second. What page is that?
It's at the
The
end.
very end of it. So looking at, so this year's 8th grade, yeah, we have 28 going into 9th grade. So yeah, we anticipated that we would lose one. Again, we had some movement. And then 10th grade, we have 21 currently. And then one of them may go to, or is going to Aloha, and the other one looked like they were going to be going somewhere else as well for next year. And then the 11th grade is just the exchange student that was coming. That's the difference in that one. 22 plus 1 would obviously be that number.
So what are you asking for as a board action?
Just the 11th graders. Again, I think kinder is in a good spot. Usually we come to you folks with kinder, and then last year we looked at anything that was obviously low. The only thing I think that's really obviously low is 11th grade. And then the only other thing I can think of again is if we had an exchange student for 12th grade, but I could always come to you folks later with that if you'd like. But
Well, a couple of things. If a family in district takes a foreign exchange student, I don't think that we can say no.
no. I meant if they were out of district.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, we don't normally, during this month, vote on lottery until after registration. The only lottery we would do right now is typically kindergarten, as long as we're looking at 20. We don't typically vote right now to do lottery for the other grades.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. Last year, I believe during this time of May, because the number was so low, that was the first year we had done it. It's just the same class we've been trying to fill. I hear what you're saying, and if that's the route the board would like to go, I'm fine with that. I think there are 2 juniors that have interest. I know for sure we have one that filled out paperwork and was a previous student and would like to come back. And then actually 2 of them. We had one that contacted us today, that same situation, that used to attend here and is looking to come back to. So different families. So those would be the only ones that I know of.
Okay, so what specifically, I'm just looking at the list you have here, what are you asking for?
Just up to 23 on the 11th grade. It could be 22, but and again, if the direction's just to stay put with 19, that's fine too, and we can go from there after registration. But again, sometimes it's harder with the high school because I don't know if those other individuals or students are already participating in different activities or not. So it is a little bit easier if they know that they're doing that going into the summer.
I don't know how the rest of my fellow board members feel, but I'm good with whatever you'd like to do, Dan, because those high school numbers are so fluid and change throughout the year anyway. If there's juniors that may want to get in, it's good to give them that information sooner than later. So I'm comfortable with whatever you want to do.
And we can always revisit kindergarten again, right?
Yeah, after registration. Yeah, again, I think the numbers,
Other classes might have more change than they thought.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
We may have to do that.
August numbers are great, and again, the only ones that we would look at are numbers that are obviously low. So we don't really have that except for 11th grade.
So I make a motion to open up the 11th grade for lottery up to 23 students and reassess other slots after the August registration.
I will second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Okay, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion passes.
Do we need a motion for the summer and mid-year moves?
Yeah, and that's right on, underneath there, yep. So this time of year, we've done that for the summer and mid-year moves. These are the current grades, by the way, so it's gonna look a little different than above, right? Because we had to put, or we did put which year they're currently in. So you understood it was from this year's, second grade, or first grade, second grade, et cetera. And we put it in there, both of them. 5 happen to be summer moves and 4 were mid-year moves. And those are students already enrolled and have already been moved for quite a while, I think, for all of them. Unless you can think of something different, I think they're all pretty.
Okay, I'd make a motion to accept the summer and mid-year moves of 9 students. Is that accurate?
Second. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passes. Move to the science curriculum for K through 5.
Yeah, I passed out some information. The elementary staff has been working pretty much all school year on looking through our science curriculum options. They attended the caravan in January at the ESD. And we've been in contact with several different publishers, and they would like to recommend Discovery Education. We actually, as a district, had Discovery Education, I think, a full cycle ago. And we're really happy with them. We tried something else for a couple of different things, but we're really kind of wanting to look back at Discovery Education. I've included a couple of links. I also emailed this afternoon just in case you wanted to have those links in an email. One is just the basic website. The other is some sample lessons. There's a lot of things that we're pretty excited about. The science kits seem to be a little bit more entailed. The lessons and exploration seem to really give kiddos a lot of hands-on opportunities and digital access where, kids just really enjoy watching videos and seeing videos to really introduce them to a concept. There are some student workbooks that go with it. Coding is also kind of a side link that kids are also going to be able to be exposed to. And the assessments are both in written and digital forms. It's just something we're pretty excited about. I also included the next generation science standards. They're not brand new, but that way you had those if you would like them. And just some general information from Discovery Education. The Discovery Education at home isn't necessary. I didn't include it just because it's at home, but I thought that was a nice piece to see, kiddos can access this really from anywhere. And I think that we have found our kids really do like accessing some of their science curriculum outside of the classroom, interestingly enough, and they weren't really able to do that as much with the last cycle. So that will be an added benefit, we think. Are there any questions?
So when I looked at it, Christy,
Yes.
it appears that a lot of it is online.
Yeah, a lot of it looks like it's on,
Will we do interactive work online in the classroom, or will there be more hands-on involved in the classroom?
so the digital links that you can use do make it look like a lot of it's online. However, that's only a small piece of it. That is a benefit, but there's also the kits that are all hands-on activities for full class at a time. And then of course the workbooks are some follow-up. So it's a good mixture. It is not just online. However, what you can see when you go to the website is online without the teacher's manuals and things like that. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, I loved what I found on it. I
Yeah.
loved it. It also included a lot of, or at least equal amounts of hands-on in the classroom since it's science curriculum.
Yeah, there are
There's a lot of hands-on. too.
There are some labs online, but the kits are designed to have labs that can go with every single lesson. I would imagine most teachers will probably do about 2 per week, just to keep it a little bit more manageable, but it is a really good balance.
And the parents will be able to log on online at home with kids.
Absolutely.
Follow along or ask questions.
That's right.
Be engaged. Okay.
And is the workbook, is that digital or is that?
The workbook is an actual handheld
Okay.
workbook.
Okay.
And there's actually, depending on the grade level, there's 4 throughout the school year, so they're smaller.
Okay.
And
When it
then
was called
eventually-
textbook, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, that's why I put workbook in parentheses because it did seem a little funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if you go to the Explore Sample Lessons link, it'll give you a pretty good idea too.
We actually,
Yes.
okay. I'll make a motion to adopt the science curriculum that's been proposed for the 2024 to 2031 school years.
Do we need to say what grades that's for?
What's that?
Do we need to say what grades that's for?
Probably so because middle school will be different,
Yeah, so if we could just amend it to
K through 5.
K through 5. Discovery Ed Science, to be more official.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes unanimously.
And thank you to Dean Dieters. He did a lot of the work for this committee.
Move to item 7 for patron input. Want to say anything tonight or?
Thank you.
Number 8, board comments.
A question about our website.
Okay.
We're planning on that.
I have a meeting tomorrow. I had a kickoff meeting about 2 weeks ago. So our website will be going down probably in the next 2 weeks. And it should go live again, I think July 1st was the day. I'll know more tomorrow for sure, and I can let you guys know after that meeting. But they're hoping to have it up and going on the 1st of July.
Yes, you did find somebody then.
Mhm. Yep.
So with that, sorry, go ahead.
Who are we going with?
Apogee.
And we're gonna be shutting down our website before the school year ends?
That's what I was gonna say. Is there a way to,
No, I'll wait. I'll push it. I can push it out to the 2 weeks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, push it out to the end of the
Mhm.
school year. Yeah. thank
Yep.
you. And then we'll make sure we get that messaging out to everybody.
Yep.
Thank you for your hard work on that.
Yeah, appreciate
Yeah,
I'm sure.
thank you, guys.
it. Thanks for
Yeah.
being flexible and trying to
Yeah.
get that going.
Okay, I'll move to announcements and dates of importance.
Lots of them.
Yeah, let's not go over all this.
That is
End
shocking.
That's
So-
what I said. It's not even for a
of
whole
the
month.
year,
Well,
Oh,
Yeah.
we do need to make sure we go over commits or
yes. Who's doing
high school graduation, 8th grade promotion, and kinder graduation. I know Trina, you had said that you're open to helping out with 8th grade or kinder if needed, but you'll be gone for high school. Katie,
I would like to.
Katie's got it.
Katie
I have both.
has both, and so would like to do both,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
So if you all are good with me just up there balling,
That's fine.
I'll do them both.
I'll do
Yeah.
it. I'll
Trina, you want to help with kinder? Or does somebody else want to do kinder?
Yeah, I can do whatever you guys want me to.
So Katie and Amber had said high school. Brian, are you upset with that?
No, it's fine. If somebody really wants, I said that I would do it,
Oh, okay.
but,
It's fine.
So which one then?
no, if you are into that, you want to do it, that's fine.
I was just going to do it because of this.
Right.
You two arm
But
wrestle,
it's
and let
fine.
me know how
No,
it
it
goes.
doesn't matter.
It's Amber.
Okay. At the middle school, we have Katie.
And am I doing middle school too, or no?
Maybe anybody else want that? Or Trina said she'd do it, so.
I'm like, they will be go.
So,
Well, it's middle
okay.
school.
So Trina, I
The
think you're
Monday
doing middle
after.
school and kinder.
June,
It's that Monday.
10th, 10th.
So 10th and starts at 7, correct?
Yes.
So, well, yeah, I guess it's there on the piece of paper.
So it's kindergarten or
That's it.
12 then? It's
Yes.
not on there.
Oh my goodness, yeah, kinder isn't on there. Guess we're
I
not
might-
doing
I
it, guess we're not doing it this year.
It's already scheduled.
Yeah, and that is at 2? I know I told Trina.
Yes,
the
we
other
did
day,
2
2.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Kindergarten's on the show. It's fine.
Monday,
Is
the
it-
12th.
Oh, wait.
Wednesday the
Wednesday,
12th.
Wednesday
the
the
12th.
12th.
Sorry about that.
All right, so we have Katie and Amber for high school, Katie, Trina for middle school, Trina for kinder. Is that correct? All right. Okay. Good deal. You see all the dates of importance of the announcements there?
Gotta make sure that's-
And you see that Crook County will be staying on the 30th overnight in the gym. So if you see a bus, you know what it's for. And then elementary field day. High school's gonna have their little thing in the afternoon on the 5th. So you see the rest.
Something we forgot to mention was the talent show. The elementary is putting that on this year, which is a little shift.
Showcase.
June 4th.
It is a showcase. Don't know.
It's the fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 4th.
Okay. Then if there is nothing else, we will adjourn at 7:42.
Everyone, thank you.
Bye, Trina.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Take care.